If you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with keyboard shortcuts in Adobe Premiere, but there are some things that keyboard shortcuts just cannot do. So in this video, I'm going to show you one little trick that I personally use to edit up to 4.3 times faster. Most of the editing that I do on a weekly basis is cutting down Twitch live streaming VODs into YouTube videos. And a lot of the time I will want to do a little zoom in on the webcam, either for comedic effect or to make the video flow a little bit better. Now, if you just do this once, it's real easy to just rescale your footage and move it around. But if, like me, you're doing this multiple times a video for multiple videos a week, there has to be a better way. And I started looking around, and unfortunately, there's no way to do this with the native shortcuts within Adobe Premiere, as far as I've been able to find. So I ended up using a little tool called AutoHotkey. You can download it from AutoHotkey.com. I will put the links in the description below so you can find it easily. And with this program installed, we are going to open up an empty notepad file, and we're just going to write a few simple lines of code. This is going to save us a lot of time. The key I like to use for my shortcut is F2. How we tell the program to do that is we say F2, 2 colons, and then we do enter twice and we type return. And everything that we put in between this F2 and this return will be executed whenever we hit the button. So we will start with a mouse click, and we wanted to click the left mouse button. And then we put in the coordinates where we wanted to click. For me, it's going to be 180 and 200. Now, this is going to click on the first position property within Adobe Premiere. I'll show you right here. For example, if we select this clip, it'll select right here because we want to input a value here. Okay, so after we've clicked there, we want it to input our value. So we type send, comma, for me, the value will be 4299. And now to see if this works, let's save this. And it's important that we save it as a .ahk file. This way, if we execute it, it'll run as an AutoHotkey script. And as you can see, it'll have this little page with an H instead of the regular text file. That's how you know it works. Okay, double click to execute it. And now if we hit F2 on the keyboard, you can see that our mouse has moved to the position 4299. Perfect. All right, so now we just repeat this for the second properties. All right, let's save that and run our file again. It'll prompt you with another one of these. If your script's already running, you can just hit yes. And now let's see our starting file. We hit F2 and you can see it has zoomed in on our webcam area. Excellent. However, there's a few things that I don't quite like about this yet. You can see that our mouse sticks up here on the left after it inputs the final value, and it sticks on the text box as well. So it doesn't necessarily immediately commit this change. You still need to move your mouse or click somewhere else. And I don't quite like that. Usually my mouse hangs out somewhere here in my timeline. So we are going to add another little line of code. Also, if you're curious about how I get these coordinates, if you open up AutoHotkey, you will see a little window like this. And you can go to this window spy option. And then you can see the mouse position here. I think we have like 180, 200, which is about here for the first one. And then you can just note down the position for where this is. I mean, it's going to be different for how you have your Premiere set up. For me, my properties panel is here on the left. So I use it like that. But you can use this technique to edit any option as soon as you know where it is on the screen. So yeah, these properties might be a little bit different for you. You can figure it out. Okay, so after we've clicked on these properties and put in our values, we want the mouse to move back to our timeline, roughly to where we had it. So we're going to put in a mouse move, and we're going to go to 1110 and 750. This will move the mouse back to our timeline after we've clicked. Actually, let's do a mouse click. I think that makes more sense because then we commit the scale change as well. Very good. Save that, run our script again. And now if we hit F2, you can see it has committed all the changes and moved our mouse back to the timeline, which is just exactly what we want. Okay, now there's one other scenario that I run into quite often, and that is having to scale up multiple clips. So let's say our timeline looks like this. We have 5 different sequences in a row, and all of them need to be scaled up. Now, you could do that by just selecting them individually and then hitting the hotkey every time, which works, but it's a bit more tedious, and we're trying to be fast, you know, work smarter, not harder. So what instead we are going to do is we are going to nest these clips, which will make it into one clip, and then we can hit the shortcut, and then it'll do the scaling up all together at once. However, as you could see, if you try to nest a clip, you need to right click, and then it prompts you for a name, and then you have to click OK or hit enter, and it's just not very efficient. So what instead we're going to do is we're going to go to our keyboard shortcuts, and we go to nest, and we're going to give this a custom shortcut. I have this set to something out of the way that I'm not going to hit any other time. We're not going to actually hit this key ourselves. We will just use it in our hotkey. So I set it to F8, and then in our little script, we will add another key. I like to do this at F 3, another double colon, and return. And then in between here, we are going to send, which will input a keystroke. Above, we wanted it to type it in, but here we just want to click the key and not actually type the thing we are putting in. So we're going to put these curly brackets, which will mean it'll just press down the key. And then we do F8. And then one line later, we will send another curly bracket with enter. And this will commit the name change, or the name, which will just name it nested sequence with whatever number it is. And we have a nested sequence. And then we can hit F2 and it's full screen. Well, now because we full screened it twice, it's a bit zoomed in, but you can see that it changed the position properties and the scale to exactly what we need. So yeah, I will put the code that I use in the description below and the links to download AutoHotkey as well. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you have other interesting uses that you can speed up your Premiere or After Effects or Photoshop workflow using AutoHotkey, I am very curious. Please tell me about it. And yeah, work smarter, not harder. And I'll see you in the next video.